So you've probably played around with an AI assistant, right? Asked it to summarize something, maybe find a quick fact. But have you ever given it a really big job, like something truly comprehensive? Well, it turns out that's exactly where these super smart AIs just completely fall flat. And today, we're diving into exactly why that happens.
Now, the weird thing is, the challenge isn't about tasks that are super complex or require some kind of genius-level thinking. No, it's about tasks that are just massive, huge in scale. They look really straightforward on the surface, but they expose this secret critical weakness in the AI we're all using today.
All right, so check out this prompt from a recent study that just nails the problem. A user asks for a complete list of every single Taylor Swift concert over a 15-year period. And not just a list, they want it organized perfectly in a table with dates, venues, cities, the whole shebang. Now, this is a ton of data for sure, but it's all out there, right? It's all public information.
I mean, this is what these tools are for, isn't it? Sifting through the entire internet, pulling together all the info, and saving us from all that tedious, mind-numbing work. This should be an absolute slam dunk.
Yeah, but it's not. In fact, this is exactly the kind of job where even our most advanced AI agents fail, and I mean spectacularly. And that's the big mystery we're going to unpack right now, all based on some really fascinating new research.
Okay, so how do we actually know they fail so badly? Well, it's because a team of researchers decided to really put them to the test, and they did it in a super systematic way.
This brings us to some researchers over at ByteDance's Seed Lab. They created this brand new benchmark test, and they called it WideSearch. And their whole goal was pretty simple: to scientifically measure just how reliable AI agents really are when you give them one of these massive information-gathering jobs.
So to really get what's going on, you have to understand how these researchers think about different kinds of AI tasks. See, most AI tests focus on what they call deep search. Think of it like finding a needle in a haystack, one specific hidden fact. But this study, it's all about wide search, and that's totally different. That's about finding every single needle in the haystack, and then lining them all up perfectly.
So yeah, deep search basically solves the I can't find it problem. It's like your own personal detective, hunting down that one single elusive clue. It's for those moments when you're just screaming, I just cannot find this one specific thing.
And then there's a related thing the researchers call deep research. Now that's more about writing. It solves the I can't write it well problem by pulling information together into a nice report. But again, that's not what we're talking about here. This isn't about how well the AI can write.
No. This is about wide search. And wide search solves that feeling of the sheer volume is just overwhelming. It's for those tasks where you think, I could do this myself, but wow, it would take forever. It's not about being a genius. It's about endurance. It's about getting everything perfect when the scale is just enormous. All right, so this brings us to the shocking results. What actually happened when these researchers unleashed the world's best AI agents on 200 of these wide search tasks? So how did the best AIs in the world do on these tasks? These jobs that are, let's be honest, more tedious than they are difficult. You'd think they'd crush it, right?
I mean, with all the hype around AI, you'd probably expect something like, a 95% success rate? Maybe higher? After all, this is what they're supposed to be good at.
The actual number, the best success rate they got, less than 5%. Nope, that's not a typo. Less than 5%. Just let that sink in for a second. When you ask them to be perfect and comprehensive, the top AI systems in the world failed almost every single time.
Now, to be fair, this isn't just an AI problem. The researchers also had a single human try these tasks, and their success rate was only 20%. So this just goes to show these jobs are brutally hard for anyone, human or machine, to get 100% right.
And this gets to the heart of it. The problem isn't finding one correct fact. It's finding every single fact with 100% accuracy. The bottleneck is the demand for absolute, total perfection at a huge scale. I mean, think about it. If a task requires finding 500 facts, getting 499 of them right still means you failed. One missing piece of data, one extra row, one wrong detail, and the whole thing is a bust. Okay, so we've established they fail, but why? What's going on under the hood? Well, the research dives deep into the specific reasons, which they call agentic failures. And they found 4 key culprits. First, the agents are just terrible at planning and breaking down these huge tasks. Second, they have no ability to step back, look at their own work, and make it better. They just plow ahead.
Third, they mess up how they use the evidence they find. And finally, yep, you guessed it, sometimes they just make stuff up, what we all know as knowledge hallucination.
Here's a perfect example, that first one, incomplete planning. An agent was asked to get university rankings, application deadlines, and fees. So what did it do? It went out, it found the rankings, and then it just stopped. It completely forgot about the other two parts of the request. It's like it just couldn't hold the entire multi-step plan in its head all at once.
And this really puts the sheer human effort into perspective. To get just one of these WideSearch tasks done right, a human took on average over 2 hours, and they had to look at around 44 different web pages to do it. That's not a quick search, that's a marathon of focus and cross-check.
So if a single agent, whether it's a person or an AI, is going to struggle this much, what's the answer? Well, the research points toward a really interesting new direction. AIs that work in teams.
Check this out. This shows a head-to-head comparison. When they used a single AI agent, it got that 4.5% success rate we talked about. But when they set up a team of AIs, with one acting as a manager to divvy up the work, the success rate jumped to 5.1%. Now, okay, that's not a massive leap, I get it. But it is a consistent improvement. And it proves that this divide-and-conquer strategy really is a promising way to go.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, for starters, the next time you give your AI assistant a huge, detailed research job and it just completely chokes, now you'll know exactly why.
And it leaves us with this final, really interesting question. Will your future AI assistant be a single, solitary genius, or is it going to be more like a collaborative team? This research really suggests that the next big leap for AI isn't just about building one bigger, smarter brain. It might be about building better teams of AI agents that can work together, split up the work, and check each other's results. Just like a great team of human experts would. The future of AI might not be a lone genius at all, but a whole, well-organized collaborative workforce.